What's up guys, it's Joe with J Blake Photo, and in today's video I want to try to piece together some of the rumors, leaks, and regulatory filings that we have from Apple so that we can maybe get an idea of what we're going to be seeing in terms of a new MacBook the first half of this year. Just a quick reminder that if you like videos like this talking about laptops and camera gear and drones and all that fun stuff, go ahead and hit the like button. That really helps me and this channel out, and it lets YouTube know kind of how to treat my videos when it comes to the algorithm. And of course, if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and while you're there, go ahead and hit that little bell and it will alert you when I make new videos. Lastly, if you're not already following me on Instagram, go ahead and find me there at jblakephotog. I've been posting photos of recent photo shoots that I've been doing at the end of 2019 and beginning of 2020, and I'm going to be going to Maui soon, and I'll be posting a ton from there, so go ahead and follow me there on Instagram. Okay, and with that business out of the way, let's talk about Apple laptops. Now, for anyone who's been watching my channel, you know that I'm a big fan of Apple products, especially their laptops, but I did not take the plunge when they announced the new style change in 2016 or subsequently in 2017, 18, or 19. In fact, I actually invested in a 15-inch 2015 edition of the MacBook Pro to be my daily driver. Now, I did that because it was the last model with the old keyboard design, which I really liked. It also had a ton of I/O. It's got HDMI, it's got SD card, it's got Thunderbolt, it's got USB-A. There's a ton on there. It also was the last MacBook Pro with user upgradable parts. So I did open up this laptop and I replaced the SSD that's inside with a PCI Express 1 terabyte card that was considerably faster than the model that it came with. I got that from OWC. I'm also using the Akito Node eGPU enclosure with a Vega 56 installed so that I can get maximum graphics bandwidth for video editing. But I know that with the newer models, a lot of people have opted for them because they need that really light footprint. They need Thunderbolt 3 performance, and they were simply willing to live with the keyboard, cooling, and I/O issues that the updated versions that we got in 2016 and that we've seen for the last few years brought to the market. So last year we were all a little surprised when we saw Apple release the 16-inch version, updating the 15.4, the 15-inch version of the MacBook Pro with very little fanfare. There was no big keynote, there was no big expo. They literally just released it onto the store and got it right into our hands. That laptop removed the side bezels of the older version 15.4 inch. It added additional configuration options. It increased the size just slightly and added a much larger battery and replaced that butterfly keyboard with a updated but familiar scissor switch design. They also kept the pricing the same, which was really popular. I was really happy about that, to see that they updated the unit but kept the pricing the same, right where the 15-inch version had been before. This 16-inch laptop got really great reviews, really high marks, benchmark performance was amazing, but what I kept hearing in every review that I would read or watch was, when are they going to do it to the 13-inch version? So now with rumors and now regulatory filings in Europe, we have a pretty good idea that we're going to be getting this laptop before, I'd say, the middle of this year, first half of 2020 for sure. So what's this new laptop going to look like? Well, it's going to look a lot like the old one, with similarities borrowed from the 16-inch version, I'm sure. We can expect a reduction in the bezels on the screen, a slight increase in the diagonal measurement of the screen from 13.3 to 14 inches, and an improvement in the resolution of the screen. Although I wouldn't expect an increase in the DPI, that's going to stay the same. They're just going to expand those pixels out to fill that additional screen real estate. Of course, we'll be getting the new Magic Keyboard with its scissor switch design to replace the butterfly keyboard that's currently available in the 13.3-inch MacBook Pro and MacBook Air. I think we're also going to see redesigned internals to improve cooling, similar to what we saw in the 16-inch. Now, this is going to accomplish two things. Number one, it's going to give them more configuration options to put more RAM and beefier CPUs into this chassis, but it will also put them into a position where they could easily slot in new Intel Core devices as those processors become available over the next few years. And of course, like the 16-inch version, we'll be getting a hardware escape key and the new redesigned dedicated power switch with integrated Touch ID. So if we're getting all that, what are we not getting? I don't anticipate that this MacBook is going to be coming with more than the 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports that it currently offers or that's available on the 16-inch version. Thunderbolt 4 is just too far off. I don't think we'll be seeing that until at least next year. It's not going to come with an SD card reader. It won't be coming with any additional slots or ports, no HDMI. We're not going to see Face ID on this laptop. It's definitely going to stick with Touch ID technology for now. And we're definitely not going to be seeing any user serviceable parts. The CPU, the RAM, the SSD, and the GPU, depending on which one is available, will be soldered to the motherboard. Now that actually brings up an interesting question though. With a redesigned internal chassis and a slightly larger footprint, cooling should be easier to do, which means that they should be able to offer more high-end components from Intel and AMD. So will they be able to push super high-end, 6, 8, 12 core processors, and will we get the top of the line graphics cards like we're seeing in the 16-inch? Now they'll all still be AMD, of course. We're not going to see a switch to NVIDIA. I think honestly, I think that relationship is completely dead. And also with a larger chassis compared to the 13.3-inch, but still considerably smaller than the 16-inch, will there be room for the improved speaker components that we saw on the 16-inch? Because I did see a lot of rave reviews. It is a great sounding laptop. So I think this 14-inch laptop is going to be huge. I think if they release this laptop along with a 14-inch or at least improved version of the MacBook Air with the improved keyboard switching to the scissor switch from the Butterfly, I think it's going to be a huge summer for Apple, especially if they can get this announced and out onto the market before the back-to-school shopping season, which is traditionally between May and July. I think they'll do really well with this device, especially if it's priced similarly to the 13.3-inch, which they did with the 15-inch, and I think they should continue that tradition. Now, we have no specifics on availability, but like I said, I'm expecting early summer, and as far as pricing, I would expect it to start at the same price that you can get the 13.3-inch Touch Bar right now. Although if they do offer those additional component upgrade options with the improved cooling, you could see this device get super expensive at the high end, especially if you start adding a lot of storage, a lot of RAM, and a beefy CPU. That's it for now. Let me know down in the comments if this is a device that you would upgrade to or switch to. I've got one more year on my Apple Care for this guy right here, so I've got at least that long. Plus, it's still cooking pretty well for me. But let me know down in the comments where this would put you in terms of your buying decisions. While you're down there, go ahead and click on like, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Clicking that bell lets YouTube know that you want to be notified when I post a new video. And again, go ahead and check me out on Instagram at jblakephoto, and I will see you in the next video.